Uncle Yizzle TV, what's the math on it? I got half on it, and dang, they trying to stretch Durk, man. They trying to stretch Lil Durk. They saying they done linked him to another one. They trying to say M's for hire. M's for hire hold a heavier charge in this Fed time. So, you know, they trying to sit bro down. Long story short. You know what I'm saying? But I got the story, so we gonna go over it. And like I tell y'all all the time, I'm very great at reading. I know these words, but I don't know if I got dyslexia or what. I be getting ahead of myself, so I just don't like to read. But we gonna read today because we gotta find out what's going on. All right, check. Federal prosecutors link Lil Durk to 2022 Chicago killing ahead of detention hearing. So they did this ahead of his detention hearing because they trying to make it to where they're not gonna let him out type of time. You feel me? That's why they doing it. That's why they linking him to this right now, because it means he's a threat to society. We can't let him out. All right, check. Newly unsealed court records link embattled Chicago rapper Lil Durk, already facing murder for hire charges in Los Angeles, to the fatal 2022 shooting of an alleged gang leader outside a community center on Chicago's far south side in the Wild Hunters. I know about them Wild Hunters. I got family in the Wild Hunters. The warrant application was filed in April 2023, but was unsealed in advance of a scheduled detention hearing in Lil Durk's murder for hire case. Lil Durk, born Devontae Banks, was charged last month with funding a cross-country murder for hire plan to exact revenge for the 2020 killing of fellow Chicago rapper King Von in Atlanta. The newly unsealed filing in U.S. District Court in Chicago alleges Banks was behind the January 27, 2022 killing of Stephon Mack, who was 24, who was shot to death shortly after he exited the Youth Peace Center of Roseland on West 111th Street. Wild Hunters. At the time of his death, according to FBI, Mack was the leader of the Smashville faction of the Gangster Disciples. So he was the leader of Smashville, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? GDs out there in the Wild Hunters. And it do get wild in the Wild Hunters. Banks' brother, Lil Durk brother, Dante Banks, was shot to death. Then that's D-Thing. Dante Banks was shot to death outside a nightclub in South Suburban Harvey in 2021. According to the warrant application, another Gangster Disciples faction with ties to Smashville carried out the murder. Lil Durk was and still is offering money for people to kill those responsible for his brother's murder, and more specifically offering to pay money for any gangster disciple that is killed, a federal agent wrote in April 2023. So they saying as of April 2023, my lighter done went out. It's crazy. As of April 2023, when this agent was writing about this whole little, debacle that was going on and the murder surrounding the murder of D-Thing / Dante Banks / Lil Durk's brother, R.I.P. D-Thing. And he's saying that as of that time, that Lil Durk was and still was offering money to get GDs whacked. Not just the ones that whacked D-Thing, is what the federal agent is trying to say. But I don't think that's true. Because why would you just be offering money for any GD to get smacked when, you know what I'm saying, as we all know, sometimes they be having like family members and friends that just so happen to be with the other side. You know what I'm saying? But that just don't make sense to me, that he's trying to pay to get any GD knocked off. Now y'all pressing it and y'all trying to make it bigger than what it is so y'all can keep him locked up. That's exactly what's going on. You feel me? So let's continue. Banks has not been charged in the Chicago investigation, which law enforcement sources told the Tribune is still open and active. In asking for pretrial release with electronic monitoring, Banks' attorney said the artist would put up his 2 homes in Georgia worth a combined $2.3 million. It's good. As well as $1 million in cash from Sony Music to secure a bond. He was to appear in court in Los Angeles later Thursday. So he tried to put up to his home worth $2.3 million. Them some nice houses in Atlanta. Y'all, man, the amount of land you get in the South versus the other places that, you know, like Chicago or LA or something like that. The amount of land you get in the South for that kind of money, that's some nice cribs. And then Sony ready to put up a mill to get his bond because they ready to make some money. And they already know that if he was to get a bond and he was to drop any music, it's gonna super sell, because with all these allegations, his street credibility is through the roof. You understand what I'm saying? While everybody was telling him to slide for his people, it looked like to the public, I'm not saying it's true because innocent till proven guilty. I'm not saying it's true, but to the public, it looked like he was smacking shit. You know what I'm saying? Looked like he was smacking shit straight up. Banks' attorneys also pointed to the state charges brought against the artist in Georgia that stemmed from a 2019 shooting in Atlanta. Banks was granted pretrial release before those charges were dropped in 2022. Oh, so he pointed that out. That's all right, cool. The best determiner of how an individual will act in the future is how they behave in the past, and Mr. Banks has shown that he respects the orders of the court and has been an ideal candidate for pretrial release, Banks' attorneys wrote. That's feds though. It hit different. It's hard to get a bond from the feds, bro. It's hard to get a bond from the feds. You see how they doing Diddy? Diddy ain't getting no bond. But I can't say, I don't know who charges worse though. It's a messed up situation, bro. But the amount of charges that Diddy has and the amount of power that Diddy has, it's like more massive than the power that Durk has. Durk got street power. Diddy got corporate power. So, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's still hard. It's harder than pulling shark teeth to get a bond from the feds, bro. Federal prosecutors in response said Banks' proposed bond conditions are woefully inadequate to protect the community and vital witnesses from harm and to mitigate the defendant's risk of flight. For the first time since he was charged, prosecutors in Los Angeles also made reference to other murders allegedly ordered by Banks. Evidence collected in this case also shows the defendant has allegedly placed monetary bounties to solicit other murders, including a family member of a witness, prosecutors wrote. Defendant's modus operandi is clear. He will use his power, his money, his influence, and any pretrial release to endanger anyone who he perceives as a threat, including witnesses in this case. Man, they trying to paint bro out to be like Al Capone or something. That's cold-blooded. Banks was arrested near a Florida airport in late October, shortly after federal prosecutors charged 5 people with carrying out the 2022 Los Angeles shooting that targeted Quando Rondo. Prosecutors alleged Banks had purchased seats on 3 different international flights shortly before his arrest. Earlier this year, federal prosecutors in Chicago charged 2 men, Anthony Montgomery Wilson and Preston Powell, with conspiracy to commit murder for hire in Mac's killing. Banks, though, is not charged in Mac's death. Federal prosecutors in Los Angeles are expected to point to the shooting as a reason to keep Banks in police custody before trial. They trying to hold that boy, man. They ain't trying to let him out. They bringing up anything they can. I'm not. If we being blunt, if we being straight up, I don't think Durk getting no bond. If he do, it's gonna shock the hell out of me. It's gonna shock the hell out of me if they get that man a bond. But how they trying to paint him out, I ain't even saying he don't deserve a bond, because like I said, innocent until proven guilty. I don't think he want to order nothing else at this point, because it's like, you know, you painted into a corner to where they trying to paint you out to be this horrible murder. I feel like the man to try to get out and do some good, like the path he was on already. I feel like he gonna get out and try to push the peace with Jay Maine some more. You know what I'm saying? But the way they trying to paint him out to be, they acting like if he get out, money and murder. That's it, money and murder. He gonna drop some more music, he gonna make some more money, he gonna send some more hits, witnesses, and anybody that's a threat to this case, they making it seem like he gonna go after him, when I just don't believe that's true. But like I said, the way that they painting him out, they don't want that man to get a bond, bro. All right, check. In probing Mac's death, federal investigators analyzed jail phone calls, social media postings, and firearms purchases, as well as lyrics from Lil Durk's song "Ahab," released about a month after the shooting. Was it? Oh, after Mac's death. Ooh. Man, hold up. Oh, man. One thing I can't say about music, bro. I always play innocent. Don't say nothing in these songs, because they're gonna bring it up. And I remember Jay-Z and them was lobbying to make it where you can't use lyrics in court, but they gonna use that music, bro. I don't care, because it's words that's being said. I didn't even heard something on a Durk song that made me like, bro. And then hearing the stories that I be hearing, you know what I'm saying? Because you know a lot of people from around that way, so I be hearing stories, but it's like I can't for sure say that there's truth to these stories that I'm hearing, because these people that I'm hearing them from wasn't there. They heard it as well. You feel me? But when I hear something in the song that sounds similar to what I done heard, it's like, okay. Maybe they heard it too and then, you know, made up a story based off of what they heard, or maybe it's true. I don't know. But all I know is, hey, man, all that bragging, listen, man, when you do this, it's not for bragging rights. You don't get bragging rights for this. You do this for satisfaction. Self-satisfaction. You satisfied. You're satisfied. You don't gotta, hey man, the fans, hey man, I'm not worried about I'm satisfied. So I ain't got nothing to say about that. I'm like as shocked as everybody else. You feel me? Straight up, bro. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. Ahab was a banger too. The warrant application goes on to say Montgomery / Wilson and Powell may have exchanged text messages concerning payment for Mac's murder. Montgomery Wilson was arrested on an unrelated charge a few weeks after Mac's death. A detective with the New Lenox Police Department then applied for and was granted a warrant to search the contents of his cell phone. Investigators then allegedly discovered a two-person text message conversation that mentioned OTF, the rap consortium founded by Lil Durk, that prosecutors have linked to the alleged murder for hire plot in Los Angeles. On February 10th, 2022, one of the people in the text conversation asked, "What's up with OTF?" to which the other person responded, "Nothing." 8 days later in the same conversation, another text message read, "Did Durk gave sick you that money?" Did Durk gave, in a statement last week, that's crazy, because they be, man, that say, man, these phones, these phones. In a statement last week, Banks attorneys blasted the prosecution's focus on Lil Durk's music and noted his years-long record of philanthropy in Chicago. So he was doing some good stuff, but they don't care about that if you were smacking shit along the way. If they can prove you were smacking shit along the way. When you see an artist's rap lyrics quoted as evidence against them, it is a glaring indication that there is no real evidence against that person. Banks' attorney said in a statement to the Tribune. The real truth is that Durk Banks is a Grammy award-winning artist, a dedicated father, and a loving husband, Banks' attorney said. Mr. Banks has been intensely committed to giving back to the Chicago community he loves through his Neighborhood Heroes Foundation and has put on more than a dozen charitable events over the last few years. He's looking forward to fighting against these false allegations in court. I like how his lawyer talking though. You know what I'm saying? He talking like that boy innocent. You know what I'm saying? My lawyer gotta believe I'm innocent, even if he know I'm guilty. That's the only way to fight, baby. That's the only way to fight. In mid-October, federal authorities charged 5 others in a plot to kill rapper Quando Rondo, born Terrell Bowman, in a retaliation for the November 2020 shooting death of King Von. Banks is accused of bankrolling the effort to kill Bowman. Bowman, his sister, and his cousin, Robinson, 24, were riding in Bowman's black Cadillac Escalade near a gas station in West Hollywood on August 2022 when gunmen opened fire, according to the federal charges. Bowman and his sister were not injured, but Robinson was struck multiple times and killed. Yeah, that's when they killed Lil Pab. So, that's all we got right there from the Tribune. Is they cooking Lil Durk right now? Tell me in the comments. I don't know. I can't say they just cooked him. I can say he knees deep in it though. I can say he knees deep in it. And I can say free Durk. You know what I'm saying? Cause in my eyes, I'm from the street, bro. In my eyes, bro deserve to be free, man. He deserved to be free. I feel like, that chain, boy, his OTF chain hit different. I be seeing everybody else's OTF chains. They don't look like that. That OTF chain go crazy. But free Lil Durk, man. That's all I can say, bro. All I can say is free Lil Durk. Is he cooked? I don't know. He got money. He got good lawyer. If they can't really prove and show messages from him to those people, he might have a fighting case. You know what I'm saying? And like the lawyer said, when they go to bringing up rap lyrics, then y'all need that. Y'all shouldn't even need that. Y'all the feds, y'all shouldn't even need that. But then again, what did I just say? They the feds. Them boys know how to work, man. They've been doing this. They ain't your regular state police, goofy, donut eating, coffee drinking back then at the Quick Trip or the racetrack. They ain't them fools right there. That ain't them. Nah. These boys got resources. I knew somebody that planned on running from the feds. He was going to Atlanta to get a new identity and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna be gone Wednesday. It was like Sunday. But they smacked him Monday. What you mean? They came and got that boy the next day. Yoked him. How they find him? I don't know. It's crazy. Cause they the feds, bro. That's how they found him. Cause they the feds. It's a different ball game when you dealing with the feds. But all I can say is free Smirk, man. I ain't never know he had the blue diamond right there. That's clean as hell. But yeah, man, free Smirk. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he can get out and get back to his pushing peace with little bro. You know what I'm saying? And move on from this situation. Innocent until proven guilty. If he guilty, we want to see you prove it. And that's it. Uncle Yizzle TV, what's the math on it? You know the rest.